Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I've been talking about a lot of celebrities and genre actors I've met on the convention scene, and one of the more interesting ones was Corey Feldman, because he is a character. I love him. He is just not afraid to be himself, even though himself is a big old freak. And I'm also kind of proud that he's talked out about a lot of the things that happened to him when he was a child star. And I met him before he was actually speaking about that stuff. He'd sort of mentioned some things at the convention, but he hadn't really gone public with a lot of stuff. So that was interesting, because I really wasn't aware of that sort of before then. But yeah, he was just there for a regular convention. I was kind of lucky enough that he, one of the guys handling the actor next to him, Dwight Shorts, at this event, I kind of knew him, so I kind of got to sort of hang out and talk to him and just sort of be around him for a minute. But he had a very interesting crowd. His people were very interesting, and I didn't get to talk to him much there. I just sort of said hello on that. But later at the event, there's a Q&A thing. I asked him about Michael Jackson and just how that was, and what he said was kind of disturbing. He said, look, Michael didn't do anything to me. He was wonderful, and he wasn't a predator. He wasn't one of those people. But when the people were calling me about him and trying to get dirt on him and trying to get me to say things about him, and that was their intention, they weren't asking what the story was or what the truth was. They just wanted something bad on Michael. They didn't care about the people that had done things to me that I told them about. They didn't want to hear about the people who had actually abused me. They just wanted dirt on Michael, and that showed what kind of people they were, and that was really disturbing to hear that. And then to realise that there was that history that he sort of was talking about but not really talking about, because he hadn't named names and sort of done anything yet, as I think he has done since. I think he did his own sort of video or documentary or something about it, because he couldn't get any of the things off the ground that he wanted about what had been happening in Hollywood in the 80s and so forth. So that was very interesting, and it was nice to meet someone, the second person I met who sort of knew Michael, because the other one was Lou Ferrigno, who sort of helped him with some fitness stuff and that, particularly as he was approaching his final tour, and that he was working with him on that. But so yeah, I mean, loved Michael, loved Corey. You can see Michael's influence on Corey with his own performances and that, and he gets a lot of crap, but he just does his own thing. He does not care, and I love him for that. I really do, because it'd be so easy to just be destroyed by the haters and the critics, because no one seems to have anything good to say about him, but he still performs, he does his thing, and I think he's amazing. I like him. And I really hope they do a Friday the 13th where they follow on the story of Tommy. Now, they've done it with some of the fan films with the other Tommy Jarvis, the one who played him as an adult, but to have him come back as an adult and play Tommy as an adult and confront Jason, the idea of having the survivors of Jason team up and sort of do something to try and rid the world of Jason, or Crystal Lake of Jason. I think that sort of film has been pitched a bunch of times and no one's picked it up. I hope it happens, because it's something he's mentioned a bunch of times and brought up, and he's been involved in some of the documentaries. He sort of did a little skit where he was playing a camp counsellor at one of the documentaries. I think it was Crystal Lake Memories and that. So I really hope that happens. It was really great meeting him. And but yeah, I'm glad I only met him a little bit, because I think his world was really... I think a few minutes in his world would have been too much for anyone. When you sort of watch the people around him and just the whole sort of thing around him, which I sort of saw from a distance, I'm like, he's living a very interesting life. But yeah, that was interesting. I'm going to go.